hell? You can't guard me. You can't guard me. You blocked me once. Yeah. Testing. Testing. Can someone from downstairs come and tell me whether they can hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me when you heard me say testing. Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Michael Panaggio, checking in from DME Sports Academy in Daytona Beach, Florida. Today is the showcase for all DME post-grads before the end of the year, and they head home after a long, intense season. 7 or 8 months these kids have been at it, training, competing, and going at it every day in practice as well, in the weight room. And this is the last little home stretch before the season ends. This is one of the more talented groups that DME's had in their 3 years of existence in the post-grad. Also, the high school team was the best it's been in the 2 years of existence as well. We have one high school player here in attendance today, senior Marko Vujokic from Serbia. The 6'6" Serbian, very good on-ball defender, can get to the basket, good size, good athlete. He'll be wearing number 82. He has the ball in his hands right now. And pass to Alan Yuping Gu from Shanghai, China. For the college coaches watching from their computers, thanks for tuning in. I know it's a busy time for you guys getting ready to hit the road, and to take time out of your day to take a look at what DME has is, you know, these kids are very appreciative of that. Few kids at the Division I level, prospects for DME to keep an eye on is obviously, first one is Cameron Winter, who is a 6'2" guard from Long Island, New York. The guard is being recruited by a lot of mid and low majors. Just came back from a visit from the Citadel and has a few Division I programs coming in and workout set up before he heads home. He has great vision. He's a good athlete, defends his position well, runs his team, shoots the ball pretty well. He shot the ball at 40% this year for Coach Jim Tribbett and played very well in big games against IMG, Woodstock, Central Florida Community College. When the team was shorthanded with no J.J. Smith, who was home already in Fayetteville. So Cameron Winter was one of the best point guards that DME's had in their program for the 3 years. And DME's had very good guard play. The name that comes to mind first is Isaiah Reese at Canisius, who's first team All-League, and he signed late. In June. Actually was signed to Santa Fe Community College, and at the last moment, Canisius came in late and gave him an opportunity. He's made the most of it up in the Northeast. And I would say Cameron Winter's probably the next point guard that we've had in that group in the 3 years, where I would say he's probably the next point guard in line to step into a college campus next year and be able to improve a program. Other names here who are intriguing prospects for that level will be obviously kind of question marks with Terry Lee from China and Dai Ho, or as we call him, Dodo. Two young 16-year-old Chinese kids that are 6'5" and 6'4" probably, and very good athletes, and they're trying to work on getting get eligible to go to college. Both have been in the pro systems over there in China, playing on the younger teams, and have great upside. Those two are, Terry Lee is in white right now, just was on that 3-on-2. And Dodo is in the gray, number 74, who just fouled Ralph Fabius on that layup. Another kid too that comes to mind as a Division I guard is number 23, Tyrese Patoma, the left-handed sharpshooting point guard from Canada. Is a very streaky scorer. I mean, he can score in bunches, fills it up, pretty good in the half court, shifty, runs his team, great kid, great work ethic. Undersized a little bit, and I think that's why his recruitment has been a little slow, but a kid that I think could be a mid-major backup point guard, or a point guard at a low major where after maybe 1 year of being a backup could be a 3-year starter and take over the reins and be a very good player for a program. And then when I look at Division II prospects in the building, I look at Frank Camgain out of Kansas City, Missouri, a 6'3" athletic guard, has a Division I body, Division I athlete. He's a 2-guard, combo guard who can defend. And even really, I'm probably selling him short. Potentially could be a Division I kid. Just needs to improve his jump shot, I think, and his decision making. But good guard out of Kansas City, Missouri, who competes and has had some really big games and shot the ball pretty well, even though I think he could improve that as a shooter and his mechanics. Frank Mompoint out of Orlando, Florida, the wiry 6'2" guard, is a monster defender. Very disruptive, has great hands defensively, great feel for the game, and his offensive game has came a long way. He's long-armed and has a great basketball body and should be a very good off-guard, who's a good secondary ball handler, but can really make his impact on the game on the defensive side of the floor. I've seen him dominate games with his ability to make plays and get deflections and disrupt from the defensive side of the floor. A very good prospect out of Orlando, Florida. Arminas Griskas out of London, England, played for the London Thunder Basketball Club. 6'7", mobile, stretch 4. Has a soft touch out to the college line. Moves very well. Very good offensive rebounder. And is still getting used to the American game, but has played some very good games for DME. Was very big off the bench in their big IMG win here on their home floor, and came a long way in his 7 months here. Trey Williams, number 77 in white, is another kid from Tampa, Florida, who for Coach Jim Tribbett had a very good year and came here with Division II scholarships and wanted to improve that. And I think he's just a 6'2", 2'3", and has a great athleticism. Has a 40-inch vertical. And has been a very good player for Coach Tribbett. Scores in a variety of ways and rebounds well both ends and can push the break. He's a very good prospect out of Tampa, Florida. So far, the kids have done mostly just transition drills to get loose. And now I think Alex Piggott and Matt Panaggio will be breaking into skill work on both ends, and we will get into some individual training before we get into playing 5-on-5. Coach Wessam Al-Sous is in his second year at DME. He was recently named the head of the post-grad program, and he'll do a great job there. He was a former point guard in the country of Jordan, where he's a legend, and has improved tremendously as a basketball coach, and his potential as a basketball coach is just going to continue to rise, because he wants to be great. He's done a very good job in his short period here at DME. He coaches our 8th grade travel team, and he also does the post-grad. He's a very good player development coach, and he was a great addition to the DME coaching staff last year, late. And now he's the head of the post-grad program. So Coach Al-Sous played 16 years pro in his home country. There's 22 kids here total. The games will start at 2 p.m. in about 20 minutes. There will be 4 teams, 2 teams of 5 and 2 teams of 6. Looks like this will be a transition drill. On defense here, number 15, Marshall Gross, Tyrese Patoma, Terry Lee, Trey Williams, and Ralph Fabius in white. Dai Ho, Dodo, Aiden Pashley, Jeremiah Gilliard, and Marko Vujokovic and Frank Mompoint are in the dark colored jerseys here. Dodo with the bucket. You can see he's got a good burst. He's only 15 years old, hasn't even turned 16 yet, but just came back from a knee injury, and that was what he was doing here at DME for a while, was getting rehab and therapy with our strength coach, Rashad Roberts. And he's came back and been competing in the past month or so, and he's been very impressive. The group in dark jerseys now is Damian Marquez, Arminas Griskas, Carl Natifo. Carl Natifo in the gray. He had a Division II scholarship offer to Fresno Pacific. He's got a very long wingspan, 7'1" wingspan, mobile, 4-man. Who's also from London, England. Came from the London Thunder Basketball Club as well. 6'6" with a 7'1" wingspan. You know, he's a good mobile 4. And then you have Zek Nabikwa, who is from Fiji. in the blue. Number 39. And we got number 34, Giannis Anici from Quebec. And the interesting thing about Giannis is Giannis scored a 35 out of 36 on his ACT. So he's a kid that can academically demand a very good package at the Division III level, where he's a very good shooter, left-handed, good size for small forward at that level, but a kid that academically should be able to get a very good package for a Division III program somewhere. And as you see, Tyrese Patoma showing the NBA range, number 23, the left-handed point guard. It's definitely a kid to be looking out for today, and to even inquire about if you're a Division I program. If all fails, I know he's a very good backup point guard at the mid-major level. As you see, Cam Winter gets to the basket very well. He's a good athlete, very shifty, has great court vision, and is very good in the open floor. Winter has a 30-inch vertical, or 35-inch vertical, sorry, and runs a three-quarter court sprint in 3.3 seconds. So he got pretty good speed, but he's very shifty and gets in the paint at will. Rebounds very well for his position as well. Throughout the broadcast, we're going to have different people come on and talk a little bit. We'll have Sean Henry, Wesamel Seuss, Jim Tribbett, and maybe a few others as well. It's a tough shot by Damian Marquez, who's a point guard here at DME and maybe a little bit overshadowed, but a very solid, steady point guard who's skilled, can shoot it, can handle it, shifty and undersized, but does a very nice job for Coach Bernie Miller on the Orange team. Played well for Coach Jim Tribbett as a backup to Cam Winter on the white team, but wanted more minutes and actually preferred to have his own team to run, and did a very nice job for Coach Bernie and was their leader. Good pass by Winter.
fast, Aiden. Come on, Michael. Michael, go corner.
It's a good pass by Marshall Gross. And you see Trey Williams get his own miss. He's a very good rebounder for his position. And on the other end, you see Dodo getting to the cup and finishing with the left hand. If he can get his academic stuff situated, he's going to be really intriguing to the mid, I think, to the Division I programs. And on cue, on the other end, Terry Lee with the nice spin and finish. He's only 16, even though he was on the post-grad program all year. Cam Winter with the three. He's been nitpicked a little bit for how he shot it, but he shot 40% from three this year. And he's been changing his form and trying to change his mechanics a little bit to make it a little more appealing to the eye, but he shot the ball well, and as you see, he can shoot it out to the NBA line. Off the catch or off, a jab, face you up and shoot it from out there is pretty good for an 18-year-old kid. It's a good kick by Cam Gain. Two minutes left on the clock before I think we'll get into actual 5-on-5. The big fella, number 87, is Allen. We call him Big Allen since Allen Yuping Gu is also here. He's also from China. He's a mobile big who has some nice tools and a nice little skill set. Has a flat jump shot, but will improve that. He's not eligible to go and play college ball, but he's here. He'll be playing in the CBA in China, but a very, very skilled 6'7", 6'8", 3'4" from Beijing. Other prospects too that I would be on the lookout for if in need of a shooter is Jeremiah Gilliard, who just took that three in the corner. He missed it, but from Crescent City, or Palatka, Florida, sorry, and played Dme high school team last year and filled it up against them and caught the interest of all of us at Dme and played for both Coach Wessom and Coach Jim Tribbett, and really shoots the ball well, and great kid, great work ethic, and 6'2", two-guard, who I think has a spot on almost any team because of how well he shoots the ball. I think he's a Division II kid, or a kid that comes off your bench at a low major Division I program. I think he had 8 threes in the first half against Woodstock early in November when we combined our two teams and had him play as a national team. Early on in the year, we split our teams up evenly, but for big events or when we played big-time teams like IMG's national team, we would combine our blue and white team and have one team. We competed well. However, when your teams don't practice as one team much, I think that did hurt us a little bit, even though we did split with IMG, winning at our place and struggling at their place. And went up to Woodstock and played 3 games up there and competed against Woodstock, beat Putnam Science, and lost a third, went 1-2 up there. So definitely had some talent on that post-grad team. CJ Charles Jones, who's not here, is a very intriguing prospect who's 6'5", long arms, getting mid-major interest. James Madison is one of programs that come to mind that are very interested in him. Schools of that level. He's from Detroit, Michigan. And then obviously J.J. Smith, who is either JUCO bound with his grades or he will be headed overseas to play. 6'5", former Ole Miss commit who is a freak athlete, who was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school, who was on our post-grad team this year as well. So Santiago Barrera tore his ACL, 6'10", Argentinian who was committed to FAU for Coach Michael Curry. Is not sure I should speak on whether he's still going to FAU or not, but he wasn't with the national team much. So he tore his ACL in the first semester, which hurt that team because they lacked size, and that kind of caught up with them later in the year. We're going to start playing here. Coach Wessom and Coach Jim Tribbett are going to coach, and at 2 o'clock our first game will be, these games will be 15-minute games, or 12-minute games, and Team 1 versus Team 2. So Team 1 is Cam Winter, Jeremiah Gilliard, Marko Vujokovic, Ralph Fabius, and Dodo. That's Team 1. Team 2 will be Tyrese Patoma, who we talked about. Another left-handed sharpshooter from Australia, Aiden Pashley, 6'4" guard, who's definitely a kid that people should be looking at the Division II level if needing a shooter. Giannis Hinichi, Big Allen from Beijing, China, and Josh, who came here. Josh, let me see his last name. He's new. He came from, I know he's from France. Joshua DePina from Toulouse, France. He came here from Arlington Country Day, but when they shut down, we were able to pick him up because our orange team lacks size a little bit. So that'll be the first game, which will be a pretty good matchup. Dimitri Richardson is not here. So for the white team, they do only have 5 players, and very good guards. This will be a good matchup. Team 1 in the white, Team 2 in the blue and gray. Marco and Big Allen jumping. And the tip goes to white with Cameron Winter. This is the 2 best point guards in the program at DME going head-to-head. And first play, assist by Winter to Dodo for an easy layup. Good play out of the timeout. Or not out of the timeout, out of the off the jump ball. Marco's three is no good, and the long rebound collected by Aiden Pashley. The ball's in Tyrese Potoma's hands, and he turned it over. Steal by Winter, and a quick outlet to Gilliard, no good. Vujokovic is no good. If you want to click our rosters for post-grad, you can click, the link is on our YouTube page. If you scroll down and look, there's a link under the Sports Academy, and there's a little link in Google Documents. It's a spreadsheet with everybody's name that's available to you right now. 5-0 white team, and Aiden Pashley returns the favor with a three. That is the sharpshooter from Australia that was just briefly mentioned earlier. And we got a really good ref on the floor right now, and Coach Bernie Miller. He takes it very serious, and he'll do a good job, as him and Alex Piggott is also reffing this thing. Alex was a graduate assistant. I'm sorry, he was a team manager for Coach Bruce Weber at Kansas State. That's where he graduated from, and has done a really good job with the post-grad, being Coach Jim Tribbett's assistant. Nice take by Giannis Hanichi off the Euro step and drawing the foul. As I stated briefly before, Giannis scored a 35 out of 36 on his ACT. Things getting a little sloppy here with back-to-back turnovers, and Dodo gets his pass deflected by Hanichi. Winner with his pull-up, and it's good. His mid-range game is very deadly. His step back going left, he creates so much separation off of, and he elevates well and really can get to it, and he can shoot that step back all the way out to the league line. He had 27. It was the best player on the floor against IMG. If you haven't seen that full game film, with all those high majors and mid majors that IMG had and the size they had, Cameron Winter was the best player on the floor, and it wasn't even close. Even flushed at the end, flushed on a 6'9" Simeon Kirkland at the end of the game. Kind of was surprised that some of the programs that were there haven't really been knocking on his door like that. Northern Kentucky was there, FAMU was there, Bethune-Cookman picked up a lot of interest after that. But there was, I thought that game was a coming out party for him, but the few schools that actually saw it live haven't really been the ones recruiting him. Hanichi for three, no good. Rebound Winner. And if he gets that, he's dangerous in the open floor, as you see, with a beautiful bounce pass in transition to Dodo. If you're a Conference USA program or Sun Belt or Ohio Valley and you need a point guard, it's a no-brainer. I'm sorry. But Cameron Winter is, I watched the whole Conference USA this year pretty much. And I saw the best team play consistently in that conference, Middle Tennessee. And every team they played against, I don't think there was many point guards that were better than Cameron Winter on the floor. So that's probably where I think is where he should end up, is that level, or Ohio Valley or Sun Belt. He has a few more schools coming in. He's going to work out for Stetson before he leaves. He's going to most likely get up to Fairfield up in Connecticut. But Florida JUCOs are hoping that he slips through the cracks and ends up considering, one of the top junior colleges in the country in Eastern Florida, or in some of the Panhandle programs as well. Nice take by Marko Vujokovic, but he couldn't finish. Good play by Tyrese Patoma. Great hustle. Coach Jim Tribbett wanted Jeremiah to use the backboard there, and he can't help himself, being an old school coach. Coached at Chowan in North Carolina. As Aiden Pashley hits another three. Coach Jim Tribbett's in the Indiana Hall of Fame. And there you go. You see a little bit of Cam Winter step back from the college line, where he creates a lot of space, as I said before. Toma's a very good pick and roll player. Don't think that his team on the court, he didn't play with many of these guys on his team. Actually, any of these guys were on his team for Coach Al Seuss. So there's definitely a little bit of, I wouldn't say a learning curve because it's only one day, but just playing with these guys is going to be a little different for him. Aiden was on Coach Jim Tribbett's team. Allen wasn't on either team. Giannis was on Coach Bernie's team. And Joshua DePina was a late addition to Coach Bernie's team. So it's going to be tough for Tyrese in this matchup. But, he's done a very good job so far, even though he's had a few turnovers where I think have been just kind of playing with guys he doesn't know, and they don't know what to expect from him. Toma for three, no good. Rebound with Vujokovic, and he'll push the break. Winter finds Gilliard, and he misses. That's what he does very well, though. Big Allen for three. And his ball had a lot more arc on that than he shoots on his pull-up. His pull-up usually is a little flat, but we've definitely been working with him on that. We got Embry-Riddle in the house. We got Warner. And we have Daytona State all in attendance right now to watch. Embry-Riddle obviously coached by Steve Ritter, who's been there since the beginning of his starting that program off, and had 2 good years in their probation years for the Sunshine State. And this year lost a few kids to transferring and off the court issues, and something that's not usually the story with Embry-Riddle kids. But so his team kind of took a step back in their first year, being able to qualify for the tournament, the conference tournament and all that. But you know, it's going to be a learning curve for that program, going, you know, into one of the best Division II conferences in the country. But they'll be very good in the near future. And obviously Daytona State is a very good program, always in Florida, that does a good job. And they're in their second year after Coach Ryan Ritter went there and left there and took the Bethune-Cookman head coaching job, and he did a very good job in his first year in the MEAC. So, timeout with 1:37 left, 17-17. Aiden Pashley with 8 points for Team 2, carrying the way, and Cameron Winter doing most of the damage with Dodo in the backcourt with them on Coach Jim Tribbett's team here. I know Coach Alsus is mad about that, out of a timeout, and Winter flushes it in transition. Potomac runs screen, rescreen, refuses the rescreen, and kicks it out to Hinichi, who airballs, and Joshua DePina misses, and a big rebound by Ralph Fabius, and he's fouled by Hinichi. I think Cam Werner's going to run Gilliard off with 2 screens. The ball ends up in Marco's hands with Hinichi guarding him. 12 on the shot clock. Ball goes into Fabius. He throws a bounce pass. Good ball movement here. And Fabius with the finish with 4 seconds on the shot clock. And they go up 4. Potomac quickly the other way, and it gets a quick finish. And now he'll foul with 23 seconds left, and Cam Winter will step to the line and shoot free throws. And he hits the 1, which counts for 2. And Potomac will race the other way. This time he can't finish at the rim with his right hand, and Winter will get fouled, and that's the end of the game. They'll call it off. And now we'll have game 3 and 4, which will be a battle of the Franks. Frank Camden, Trey Williams, Will Finney, Arminas Griskas, Alan Upingu, and Zach Nabekwa will be in white. Team 4 will have Frank Mompoint, Damian Marquez, Terry Lee, Carl Natifo, Marshall Gross, and there is no Raekwon Bird here today. The only Daytona Beach product in our post-grad program. And a tip collected by Frank Mom Point. He'll go dribble handoff with Terry Lee. We'll go to a spin move, turnaround jumper. It's no good. The rebound went to Will Finney. We'll get to see Frank Camgain as a point guard today. And Trey Williams draws a foul, driving it left and shooting it off the wrong foot. Nice take by him. Mom Point to Gross, shoots the pull-up jumper and it's no good. Camgain tries to fit one in. Luckily they get it back and his shot gets blocked by Mom Point. And you can see the defensive ability by him on that play with those long arms. Will Finney out of Brooklyn, New York. He's a shooter, good athlete, fierce competitor, probably about 6'2", with a scorer's mentality. Good pass by Marshall Gross. He finds Marquez. Back to Gross in the corner. Corner three, no good. He'll chase down his own rebound. And find Damian Marquez will play pitch and catch right back to Gross for another three, and that one's no good as well. Camgain, a nice around the back pass. And Griska finds Nabekwa, and he'll score a finishing transition. It's 6-0. Team 3. Terry Lee fails to finish it. Hit the pull-up, and at the other end you can see that Arminas Griskas can really run the floor as he's got out in transition on the last two plays, and he got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for a free throw, and it's 8-0 now. Blue team struggling here, team 4 struggling here to get on the board. And now it's a 10-0 deficit after Will Finney made his free throw. Terry Lee finds the Tifo. They goes dribble handoff. Good two-man game over here. And it leads into a turnover. Once again, you can find our rosters on the same thing you're watching this. If you look under the video, there's a Google Documents spreadsheet. Frank Camgain hits a NBA three as Mom Point goes under the screen. If Camgain shoots the ball like that, with his size and strength and athleticism, he's a handful. And I probably regret saying that he's a Division II kid. He's probably a low major Division I prospect, but everybody thinks that they can get better, and he might end up going Division II, and if he does, that's a really good pickup for some program. Marquez, pull-up jumper, short. And it's White's ball. 15-0. I think they've done a good job, Coach Alsous, of splitting these teams up where everybody's getting pretty good players on each team. It's pretty even. Team 4 is just struggling to score it a little bit. And there's Frank Monpoint with the pull-up jumper, and that helps them get off the schneid. And that's pretty impressive when your 6'7", 4-man can pick, pop, up fake, 1 or 2 dribble pull up, you know, and then also run the floor the way he does. As you're about to see, there's a little delay in the video, but he really moves. Natifo, 15-footer's good. And he's really improved his shooting touch since arriving at DME. He's always been a mobile big who's active, but he was able to really start to develop a nice little soft touch. Marquez's pull-up is good. So a little mini run here by Team 4 to cut the lead to 12 with 5 minutes left. Clock runs though, so they still are in a hole. Good 2-man game there by Trey Williams and Arminas. Thought he could have went up with the right hand, but gave a little up fake with the step through and went to his left hand and drew the foul. He's been very good so far in this first game. And now Trey Williams checks out and Alan Yupingu checks in for Team 1. Or Team 3, I'm sorry. He's from Shanghai, China. And he'll run the 2. Thought he was going to run the 1. Leads back to single digits. Good rebound in traffic by Frank Monpoint. And another bucket by Natifo on the short corner. That's his second in the previous few minutes. And a steal by Monpoint. So he gets in the lane, and we got a 5-point game here with 3 minutes left. And Trey Williams checks in for Zach Nabekwa. Bad spacing here by the white team, and they turn it over. Monpoint for 3, no good. Trey Williams kicks it out to Cam Gain, and he hits a big 3 just to give him a little more breathing room. Acrobatic play by Williams, kind of got caught in the air and got bailed out a little bit. Steal by Cam Gain, and he'll finish with 2 hands. Good ball movement here by Team 4, and it leads to a turnover. Somehow it plays into their favor, though. Will Finney travels. A lot of these guys didn't play on the same teams. That's what I'm noticing. And a few things are being plays that are happening. One guy thinks someone's cutting, someone's standing, you know, just not on the same page, and that comes from playing together. Marshall Gross's three is good, and with 34 seconds left, we got a 5-point game. And a sloppy turnover by the white team. And Mompoitin's fouled with 18 seconds left. Coach Jim Tribbett not happy. He can't help himself coaching. If he's going to be on that bench, he's going to be coaching, even if it's a little showcase. Lead down to 3, 24-21, and no foul Cam game with 14.7 seconds left. His free throw's good. Marquez, 3 no good. Rebound to Tifo. He'll shoot another one. It's good with 5.2 seconds left. And no foul Trey Williams. That's the end of game 2. Game 3 will have the winners of game 1 and game 2 playing each other and team 1 and team 3 playing game winners team versus Frank Cam Gaines game. And Bernie giving generous continuation. I don't know about that one. But when you're a Cam winner, you get the call around here. And Team 1 goes out to an 8-2 lead. Cam game, shifty move, and he'll draw a foul at the other end. It's a nice play by Cam game. Really wants to get to the basket and try to be a finisher and score. Nice floater there by Marco. Cam game for 3, good. He's got all 5 of DME's points right now, or Team 3's points right now. Will Finney with the rebound. He'll go inside to Griska. We'll give it to Finney on the cut, and he'll get the finish and the foul. And it's a 3-point play. Winner gets trapped in the corner. Pretty good D right there, and Dodo finds Fabius. Fabius with a touch pass to Gilliard in the corner for 3. That was good ball movement. Trey Williams finds Mbekwa for 3, no good. You know, good hands by Trey Williams. That's what I like about him is he changes ends well, whether he's got the ball or doesn't have the ball. That's really a possession that shows Trey Williams right there. Gets his hands on something defensively, can push the break, whether it's off a steal, rebound. If he doesn't have it, he's filling the lane. He's a good decision maker in the open floor. If he doesn't have the ball, he's a good offensive rebounder, cutter, slasher. He's a kid that he scores 15, 16 points, and he does it. You know, he averages probably 12 or 13 this year, but there's games where he'll have 25, 28, and you'll be like, you don't really know how he got it, but he gets it in so many different ways, whether it's on the glass, catching and shooting, transition, getting to the free throw line, steals, getting deflections. I mean, he just finds ways to fill up the stat sheet in a lot of different ways. Just a basketball player. Dad was a baseball player and has good genes, and as an athlete, has a 40-inch vertical. Very sneaky athlete. We got a new leader. Cam game with his second 3 of the game. He's got 8 points of the 15, and Team 3's up now. Mistake by Winter, gets his own rebound, and he'll draw a foul. Tie ball game. This will probably be the last game I do today. Before I just let you guys watch and observe without me, but I definitely was told to get on the mic for this showcase and pretty much talk about the prospects in the building and give you guys evaluation as the games are going on. And Cam Gaines playing a very good game here. So he's scored and assisted on almost every basket here in this game. Playing good one today, which is not his true position, but he's done a very nice job and can show that he can do spot minutes of it at the next level. Dodo. Nice drop off to Fabius in traffic. He'll kick it out to Marco. Gilliard loses it and Fabius finishes. Another tough bucket by Cam Gaines. Going left, finishing with the right, floating across the lane. He's showing a lot today. Off the dribble and off high pick and roll. Marco with the finish on the offensive glass with the left hand. This game's going to come down to the wire. Cam Gaines, tough step back, and it's good from the league line. He is rolling. I probably offended him today. And Winter at the other end tries to retaliate, and he can't finish that. But another offensive rebound by Team 1. That's 3 straight possessions where they've got points off of offense, second chance points, and that's kind of kept them in the game. It's a 1-point game. Cam Gaines and Griskus will play high pick and roll again. Cam Gaines for another 3. This one no good, and the long rebound collected by Winter. And this is where he is at his best in the open court, making plays for himself and others. And it's a beautiful drop off to Marko Vujokovic to give his team a 2-point lead. Been very impressed with Frank Cam Gaines today, playing as a point guard. Still obviously being a scorer today, but that's what his team was needing so far in this game, where his team got jumped on 8-2, and he's responded and made big-time plays. And can't go under screens on him. Go under screens on him. He shoots the 3 well enough to make you pay. There's games this year where he had 6 or 7 threes in the game. Shot looks a little different because his left hand's a little bit on top of the ball. But he's got range out to the 3-point line, NBA line, as you can tell. Shooting a step back, going left from the league line is pretty impressive as a guard. Then obviously Cam Winter's been very good today as well, which, you know, he's shot the 3 at 40% and is probably the best prospect we have on the court. Well, for sure on the court, but I think in the post-grad or high school program. Majao Niang's a good, he has his own say in that too. But Cameron Winter's a very good pure point guard at the next level. Trey Williams and Griskus play pick and pop. Griskus three's no good. Offensive rebound collected. Cam Gain no good. Rebound. Griskus is good. That's what he does best on the offensive glass. Stretch the floor, shoot it, and run the floor in offensive rebounding. Marco, no good. Fabius, no good. Cam Gain in transition. Slows down, finds Trey Williams. He'll hesitate. Get into the paint, shoot a tough little mid-range jumper, and it's good. Nice take by Trey Williams with contact. You know, as he fills out, he's still got a frail body, but as he fills out, he'll be a really good prospect. I think he's a very good Sunshine State prospect. Local kid from Florida, and can play the 2, can play the 3. That was a beautiful pocket pass by Cam Winter off the pick and roll at the other end. Cam Gain finds Williams. He'll give it back to Cam Gain, who'll shoot another league 3, and this one's off as he's starting to settle for that 3 a little bit in the past few possessions. Gilliard, we got a tie ball game. Fabius to Vujokovic, thinks about a 3, drives it, and stolen by Trey Williams. Big time steal right there off the rotation. And he'll take it, probe it, kick it out to Griskus in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound Winner, and a turnover by Gilliard, and Team 3 can hold for 1 shot, and that's what Frank Cam Gain will do. 26-26, 15 seconds left. And he's going to play high pick and roll with Griskus. Hesitates. Reverses it back to Williams. 2-1. Stop and pop. No good at the elbow. And we got overtime if that's what they're going to do. We're looking to see if they're going to do overtime. Don't know if there was rules for this. And I think they're still trying to figure out if it'll be overtime or if they will go to the next team. Once again, I want to thank all the college coaches that are watching on the live stream and observing our kids. I know you guys have all had busy seasons, and it's hard to get out during the year. Obviously, we would love to get you guys here in the future, but we understand, and obviously with Division I's not being able to come out right now, being able to tune in and watch, you know, we appreciate that. Definitely think we can help out some programs with some of the talented prospects on the floor. Team 2 versus Team 4 is right now. Frank Mompoint's team versus Damian Marquez's team. I'm sorry, Damian Marquez and Frank Mompoint are on the same team. This is those are the 2 guards, lead guards. For Team 2, it's Tyrese Patoma and his ball club. Mompoint with the ball. He'll stop and shoot a 3. It's short. Get his own rebound. Kick it out to Marshall Gross, and this is what he does best, is shoot the ball. He's a good cutter, good executor, good shooter. There's Marshall Gross. Long arm and about 6'3" from France. Tillman, Big Allen run screen, rescreen. Pops to Big Allen. They find Joshua Dme in the short corner, and he'll hit that 15-footer. Tifo gets the switch on Potoma, and he'll finish and put him in the ring. Good play by Carl Natifo. And keeping himself from shuffling his feet and traveling there as Potoma tried to pull out the chair. 3 no good by Potoma. Offensive rebound collected by Hanichi, but it gets deflected out, and Team 2 will keep the ball. Big Allen steps out, thought about a 3, didn't catch it cleanly. He'll drive it baseline, kick it out to Hanichi, and Bernie Miller calls a foul. Big Allen for 3, no good. Long rebound collected by Joshua Dme. Another chance for the white team. That's a beautiful look by Potoma. And Big Allen can't finish the first one, but finishes on his own putback. Marquez shoots a 3, no good. Rebound Terry Lee. He'll skip it out to Marshall Gross. He'll try another one. Quick trigger, no good. Rebound Pashley, one of the better shooters in the program as well. Tough move by Potoma, but he decided not to attack out of it. Dme finds Hanichi. He'll look inside, he'll dribble through, and then kick it out to Big Allen. He'll drive in middle. And Potoma with 8 on the clock will get the ball with Mom Point on him. Big Allen. That's good defensive possession right there by Team 4. You rarely see shot clock violations in pickup or in a situation like today where we're just showcasing not much structure. Terry Lee for 3, no good. Potoma off to the races. Finds Pashley. Pashley up fakes, drives it, kicks it out to Allen. Big Allen for 3, no good. And the other way we go with Marquez. Marquez gets a drag from Natifo. He'll go swing it on the shake to Mom Point. We'll look inside in Natifo. Natifo with Hanichi guarding him. Turn around, up fake, step through, no good, foul. Good little footwork there by Carl Natifo. And he makes the free throw that gives him 2 for 1. Or 1 shoots the 1 and gets 2 for it. It is 1 for 2. Allen and Potoma play high pick and roll. Turned over. Marquez leads the break. Stops. Kicks it out to Marshall Gross. That's a good look for him in transition by Marquez. Marquez would be a very good pickup at the NAI. I think the Sun Conference, he'd be a very good player in the Sun Conference. And I think Warner likes him. And Weber International as well. He's a good guard, knows how to play, skilled, has a nice in-between game. Potoma for 3, no good. Right on line though. I mean, Potoma can really shoot the ball easily. I really like his game. Good pass ahead. And Big Allen flushes it with 2 hands. Marquez peels back off the pick and roll, tries to finish with a little scoop, sneak, can't finish it. Offensive rebound by Mom Point is good, and 12-6, team 4. DePina, no good. Rebound Terry Lee, and he's very good in the open floor. He finds Marquez, who will throw a little hook pass to Gross. Is deflected. And Big Allen, Wahezi, find Patoma. And we got an injured player with Joshua DePina who's hurt. And his fellow Frenchman will come and take a look at him. Just under 6 minutes left in this game. Patoma. Ball ends up in Hanichi's hand. He'll find Patoma on the cut. It was a good look by Hanichi. And Patoma finishes. Tifo faces up. Finds Mom Point for 3, and it's good. If his offensive game continues to grow, Frank Mompoint is going to be a really, really good basketball player at the next level. He's already a defensive prowess, but his ability on the offensive end to continue to become a better shooter, put some weight on, and he has good footwork, actually. He's got a nice little shake and can create his own. But as his jumper improves, I think he's going to be a good two-way player. I would say take him at the Division II level. You can see Shifty here. Good hesitation, finds Gross. Gross tries to pull up 3, going left. That's tough. I missed it. Pashley, extra pass to DePina, and that finds Patoma. And rarely does he miss that, but he's missed it often today so far. With the offensive rebound, and the 15-footer by DePina is good. DePina's had a few 15-footers today, and I haven't been very familiar with his game since he's such a late acquisition, but nice. Seems to have a nice touch. Two deflections by Natifo and that long wingspan he's got to kind of save them from Team 2 getting a transition bucket there. Hanichi for 3, no good. DePina with the offensive rebound, jump hook, no good. Long rebound corralled by Marquez, and this ball is going to end up in Marshall Gross. No, it's not. It does end up in Marshall Gross's hands, and the 3's no good. Big Allen for 3. It's good. We got a 3-point game with 2-point game with 3 minutes left. Mom Point finds Marquez. Gets the ball into Terry Lee's hands, who stops and elevates over the top of Hanichi but can't finish. It's a very good athlete, is Terry Lee. DePina for 3, and it's good. He's got a little more range than I thought. He's extending it out to the college line. Mom Point takes it in there and draws a foul. Aiden Pashley didn't like it. Free throws missed. 16 on the shot clock. Team 2 being pretty patient. This ball's going to end up in Potoma's hands for a 3, and it's no good. Defensive rebound by Mom Point, and he's going to push the break. Sidestep, Hanichi, draw the foul. Can't finish with the left hand, but he'll go back to the free throw line with 1:30 left. He hits that and gives his team a 1-point lead. Good hesitation by Potoma, and he finishes with the right hand. Give his team a 1-point lead. Steal by Potoma in the post after he switched. And Big Allen finishes with the left hand. That's 3 points. And that gives Team 2 a 4-point lead with 42 seconds left. Team 4 in much need of a bucket. Mom Point seeking a jumper. He drives it, finds Terry Lee. Good extra pass to Marshall Gross. And he hits a 3, his third of this game. He's got 9. And we got a 1-point lead. And they foul Joshua DePina with 23 seconds left. He misses it. Marquez pull-up 3 in transition is good. And now we'll see what, I'm sure this ball's going to end up in Tyrese Potoma's hands here. And probably with the high screen and roll. Here comes Big Allen. And here we go, high pick and roll. Refuses the screen. Kicks it out to Pashley, who gets fouled shooting the 3. And with 4.6 seconds left, he's going to get a free throw here to give his team a 1-point lead or to keep them down 2. Pashley makes his free throw with 4.6 seconds left. A little full court pressure being applied. Marquez will push it. Get it. Screen. Pops a 3 at the buzzer, and Marquez hits a 28-footer to win the game. That's a tough bucket, and that's 2 big 3s by Marquez.
That's like the 3rd time he's done that this week.
one, get ready.